You know, it was with a lot of anticipation that people were excited to see that Daredevil with Charlie Cox from the Netflix series was coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and was going to be a part of the MCU. So Daredevil Born Again was born and had its first season. And listen, while people like me don't necessarily feel like Daredevil Born Again season 1 was quite up to the same standard as the quality overall level that we had on the Netflix series, it was still really good. Like, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Actually, I think I enjoyed it more than most people did, because like there was even that one episode they had with the bank heist. And I know a lot of people didn't like that episode. I thought the episode was great. I thought it added some new depth and dimensions to some of the characters that we had. I just really enjoyed it. And I know most other people didn't, but that's fine. But I think most people did end up enjoying Daredevil Born Again season 1 to one degree or another. Now, the show is coming out really soon, and they haven't been doing a lot of marketing for it. As a matter of fact, Rob, I don't know if you noticed, but I've had a bunch of people writing in saying, where's the marketing for Daredevil season 2? Where's the marketing for Daredevil season 2? Well, we've now gotten some more marketing for Daredevil season 2. As is being reported around, Daredevil Born Again season 2 trailer reveals Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock's brutal action-packed team up. Now, it should be said it was just a TV spot. I believe it was like a 30-second TV spot. But I'll tell you what, as I watched it, it felt like a full trailer. Like, when it was done and I watched it again, and then I went in to start pulling some stills like this one here, I thought I had the wrong video at first because I looked down at the timer and it said it's a 30-second video. And I just watched it twice. I thought, what, this has to be the right, that wasn't a 30-second spot. But sure enough, it was a 30-second TV spot. And I got to say, I thought it was great. Now listen, I'm not a big Jessica Jones fan. I'm one of the few people I know who didn't really like the Jessica Jones series. That being said, I thought it was interesting that they were bringing her over into Daredevil as well. And I got to say, she fits in. And I think it's going to be really fun watching the two of them team up again. Maybe at some point we'll get the full Defenders again. Mike Colter has been teasing that he might be up for coming back as Luke Cage. And we know that the guy who played Iron Fist has basically been telling anybody who would listen for the last 3 or 4 years that he would love to come back and play Iron Fist again. So I don't know, maybe we'll get the whole gang back together. But it showed some of the brutality in it, the violence. Rob, there's this great shot in it of Kingpin boxing somebody for some reason and like blooding them up and beating them pretty bad. We didn't get, I don't think we got a Punisher shot in it now that I think about it. Oh, that's because of course Punisher's not in it this season. Of course. Anyway, I thought overall it looked really good for a TV spot, 30-second spot. I'm kind of excited. I think this is going to be the beginning of them ramping up the promotion for Daredevil season 2. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mando. Guys, the time for spring cleaning has come, and to be honest, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it this year. I've been busy clearing out the clutter in the studio here and getting my camper van ready for the next movie meetup trip, but I'm also incredibly excited to keep using my deodorant. You guys know that a while ago I started using Mando whole body deodorant, and it has been an absolute game changer for me. Whether I'm sitting under these hot studio lights for a long live stream, or I'm out on the golf course recently. Yeah, I actually just took up golf. I need something that actually works. Mando was created by a doctor and comes from the founders of Lumi. One of the things that I love about Mando is that it's safe to use anywhere. We're talking pits, feet, and even the boys downstairs. It's clinically proven to block odor for up to 72 hours, which is honestly way better than a shower with soap alone. It doesn't just mask the smell, it stops it before it starts. Right now, you can get 20% off site-wide. Head over to shopmando.com and use my exclusive code Campea. That's shopmando.com, code Campea for 20% off. Support the show and tell them I sent you. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to take a look at the trailer. What did you think about it?
What's not to? I do love Jessica Jones, so you know what's not to love. I'm excited. You know, like I always was under the impression that these 18 episodes were all done together. You know, when they were originally going to do the version that they revamped, it was always going to be 18 episodes. So I have an anticipation that we've been saying on this show, or I've been saying that it's going to go like this in the back half of this, call it, well, 2 seasons, but the back half of the season, I think we're really going to get some great stuff with this show. I think the temperature is going to be, it's going to be hot, man. Hot, hot, hot. And I really look forward to this. And even that, like you said, that little teaser, it did it for me, man. I'm ready. I am ready to see Matt Murdock and Kingpin. I'm expecting a clash for the ages by the time we get to the end of this, because I think both men are going to be born again.
Oh, now this raises an interesting point. There was a report that came out, I think last week, that in season 3, because remember, they're going to start shooting season 3 not long from now. They've already announced season 3 is going to be out next year. Again, a welcome change to the streaming patterns of having to wait 2 or 3 years in between every series to actually having a new season every year, which is absolutely awesome. But there was a report that came out that was suggesting that Kingpin in season 3 may not actually be the antagonist anymore, that they might actually diminish his role a bit. He might not even be there. Like he could go completely to the background or something like that. Do you think that tells us about what kind of resolution we're going to get to this season? How do you see this season playing out in light of the rumors and reports we've heard about what could be happening in season 3?
Well, I would think that, so if there's a anti-vigilante squad and Daredevil needs to gather together vigilantes, I'm expecting a big clash of the Titans. And of course, there's always the possibility with Daredevil of ninjas, which you just never know. If the hand's going to show up or Elektra's going to show up, you just don't know, John. But I would imagine that it will probably end with Wilson Fisk being taken out of the mayor's office. He's no longer going to be the mayor of New York. Or maybe he stays the mayor of New York. But I would think maybe not. And if he does stay as the mayor of New York, I can see him taking a step back from being more of an antagonist. But I would imagine he's going to be taken off the board, I think.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. I'm kind of torn on that whole thing when I heard about that, we might not either have Kingpin in season 3 or his role could be diminished. Because on the one hand, it is very difficult for me to imagine having a Daredevil season without Vincent D'Onofrio. Like it's almost like to me, it's not even Daredevil anymore, even though Daredevil will still be there. Like to me, Daredevil is Daredevil and Wilson Fisk.
Totally.
That being said, I think, well, if you can't have the Joker be the villain of every Batman movie, you can have him be the villain in a bunch of them, but he can't be the villain in every single Batman movie. And like, at some point, do we need to have Daredevil actually having a different main antagonist? Like, yeah, they can throw in all these little, like Bullseye, and they can slip in Jigsaw, and they can slip in, different things on the different shows like Punisher. You can do that, but to have your main guy, maybe they need it to change it up. Again, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, if you were in charge over there, would you have Wilson Fisk continuing to be the main foil, or would you want to maybe change it up a little bit and have a different character be the main villain for Daredevil to face?
Well, if this, we will have had 5 seasons after this season's over where Wilson Fisk has played a large role. So he's in this particular show, he is definitely a big part of it. So to diminish him, I think would be fairly noticeable. However, if they leave it off in a place where Wilson Fisk has to go away, or he's deposed, or something happens, and there's somebody else that comes into town, I mean, I don't know, like a Typhoid Mary or something, you could do something different. But I really do think that the core of this Daredevil show is the tension between Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. I mean, that frisson between the two of them is really, it's great television. So I think the show would be diminished. However, if the Born Again storyline is different and they tell us from the get that season 3 is a new story, like if it's Daredevil, blah, 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 not Born Again, but something else, then I think the expectation is changed that we could see something different and bring in another one of Daredevil's rogues gallery to go up against him.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Have you had a chance to see the new Daredevil promo for season 2? I actually thought it looked really good, and I'm actually even warming up to Jessica Jones being in there. Anyway, whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.